The reason we put all this on together is that this is a big deal for America. This is a multi-trillion-dollar industry. There's lots of evidence that China is putting enormous amounts of money into dominating this space. They have lots of technology, they have lots of stuff they stole. And the reason I'm mentioning this is the future model of the fusion of AI and bio. Now, it's a different way of thinking. And it's profound in that it gives them the targets they need to go build drugs against. It's the combination of AI and a robotic lab that does something in a wet lab, essentially. So one model that you should think about is wet labs will be roboticized, and the wet labs will have they're not humanoid robots, they're arm robots, and they go boom, 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 and they do the pipetting and so forth and so on, and they do it 24 hours a day. That's a major change in the way the biotech industry works.
Just 2 weeks ago, former Google CEO Eric Schmidt revealed that the fusion of AI with robotic labs is going to create entirely new industries worth trillions of dollars. Listen, this isn't some far-off vision. It's happening right now, and it's revolutionizing how we discover everything, from new drugs to materials to life itself, human biology, and more. The implications for healthcare, science, and economic growth are staggering, and as Schmidt warns, whoever leads this revolution will shape the future of the global economy. Hey everyone, today we're diving into Eric Schmidt's recent interview where he outlined how AI combined with robotic labs is fundamentally transforming scientific discovery and creating multi-trillion-dollar opportunities. I'm the digital clone of Julia McCoy, and I am here to give you a guiding light on the future of how AI will interact with humanity so you can steward what's coming. To get your elite coaching call and a full report from my expert team on how to implement immediate AI wins in a hands-on, supported style that will help you go from complete beginner or somewhere in the middle to armed and ready for the AI age, go to firstmovers.ai/consulting. Let's break down why this topic matters and how it's going to impact everything, from medicine to law to healthcare, all the way to nations in the lead with their economy. Let me start with what got me most excited about Schmidt's interview. He described a revolutionary approach that combines two transformative technologies, powerful AI models, and fully automated robotic labs. Together, they're accelerating scientific discovery at a pace we've never seen before. Here's how Schmidt described this revolutionary system. First, you have powerful AI models that generate candidates. Think of them like sophisticated recipes or blueprints. In his words,
I'm the primary funder of a particular group that has built a model. It first learned how to do chemistry, and it was trained as a foundation model for chemistry, and it's attached to a robotic lab. And what this model does is it generates hypotheses for drugs of one kind or another, and it just generates them. God knows if they're right.
But generating hypotheses is just the first step. The second part is where the magic happens.
And then overnight, the robotic lab tests them and gives a report overnight. And then it starts again.
This continuous cycle of AI-generated ideas tested by robotics creates an innovation engine that never sleeps. To understand the scale of this transformation, look at what's already happening with DeepMind's AI system called GNOME, which discovers new materials. The small dark blue circle represents all materials humans have discovered through traditional experimentation throughout history. The massive light blue circle, that's what AI systems like GNOME have already identified in a fraction of the time. The AI generates candidates, and then robotic labs test them physically, working 24/7 behind blast-proof glass, mixing compounds, running experiments, and collecting data continuously. Schmidt explains that this approach is now transforming the biotech industry.
This is the future model of the fusion of AI and bio. It's a different way of thinking, and it's profound in that it gives them the targets they need to go build drugs against.
Here's what makes this approach so revolutionary. Traditionally, discovering new drugs involves enormous search spaces, too many possibilities to test effectively. As Schmidt puts it,
if you think about it algorithmically, it's an exponential with too many degrees of exponential. So you have to come up with some way of reducing the space.
AI dramatically narrows this search space, making previously impossible discoveries not just possible, but routine. Schmidt vividly describes how these robotic labs operate.
Wet labs will be roboticized, and the wet labs will have they're not humanoid robots, they're arm robots, and they go boom, 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 and they do the pipetting and so forth and so on, and they do it 24 hours a day. That's a major change in the way the biotech industry works.
That's a major change in the way the biotech industry works. These systems don't need breaks, don't make human errors, and can conduct experiments at scales humans simply cannot match. The timeline Schmidt outlines is breathtaking. The research group he's funding has an ambitious goal.
Their objective, we'll see if they pull it off, this is a research project, is to identify all human druggable targets within the next 2 years. If that occurs, then that information goes straight into the drug industry.
Just think about that. In 2 years, we could have a comprehensive map of every potential drug target in the human body, something that would normally take decades to compile. Schmidt also highlighted how AI has already transformed scientific research.
If you are a graduate student in this area, every single PhD project now uses some form of AI in the way that I described. So speaking as the AI person in the room, we won, right? We got complete proliferation. By the way, that's also true in chemistry, it's also true in physics, it's also true in material science.
This isn't just happening in a few elite labs, it's already the standard approach across scientific disciplines. One of Schmidt's most provocative claims is that despite all the media attention,
My overall view is that AI is underhyped, not overhyped.
he points to the extraordinary capabilities of today's models, like GPT-4, Claude 3, Gemini, and DeepSeek, all of which are in what he calls the same equivalence class of powerful systems. And I actually think he's right. These systems are now developing sophisticated planning capabilities, like he said.
The next story is the ability to do planning. Take a look at OpenAI R3, O3 or DeepSeek R3, and you'll see that they do this incredible demo. You ask it to show it what it's doing, or do deep research, which is available in most of these things, and it'll show you how it goes up the decision path. It'll try something, it didn't work. It goes back, it tries something else, didn't work. Oh, goes here, oh, it worked, and then it goes over here, and so forth.
These planning abilities are crucial for complex problem solving in science and beyond. Looking just 1 year ahead, Schmidt makes some striking predictions.
Okay, so we believe as an industry that in the next 1 year, the vast majority of programmers will be replaced by AI programmers. We also believe that within 1 year, you will have graduate level mathematicians that are at the tippy top of graduate math programs.
The ability of AI to handle complex reasoning, mathematics, and programming is accelerating rapidly. Looking 3 to 5 years out, Schmidt predicts.
One way to say this is that within 3 to 5 years, we'll have what is called general intelligence, AGI, which can be defined as a system that is as smart as the smartest mathematician, physicist, artist, writer, thinker, politician.
He calls this the San Francisco consensus and points out the implications.
What happens when every single one of us has the equivalent of the smartest human on every problem in our pocket? So it means you have the best architect when you have an architecture problem.
Schmidt emphasizes that this is not just a commercial opportunity, but a national strategic priority.
So this is a big deal for America. This is a multi-trillion-dollar industry. There's lots of evidence that China is putting enormous amounts of money into dominating this space.
The fusion of AI and robotic labs represents a new technological frontier that will shape global economic and strategic leadership. Here, are the three most important takeaways from Schmidt's insights. 1. The combination is what matters. It's not just AI, and it's not just robotics. It's their fusion that creates exponential acceleration in discovery and productivity. 2. This is happening now, not later. As Schmidt emphasizes, this isn't futuristic speculation. These systems are already transforming biotech, materials science, and drug discovery. 3. The economic and strategic stakes are enormous. These technologies are creating multi-trillion-dollar industries and will determine future economic and strategic leadership. Eric Schmidt's vision of AI-powered robotic labs isn't just exciting, it's already reshaping how we discover new drugs, materials, and solutions to complex problems. The fusion of powerful AI models with 24/7 automated testing creates a virtuous cycle of innovation that dramatically accelerates scientific discovery. As Schmidt puts it, this is a different way of thinking that's profound in its implication. We're witnessing the birth of entirely new industries worth trillions of dollars, and more importantly, the acceleration of solutions to humanity's greatest challenges. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this incredible convergence of technologies. Are you already seeing impacts in your industry? Are you excited about the possibilities of AI-powered scientific discovery? Drop a comment below and let me know. And if you want to stay ahead of these massive shifts, hit that subscribe button. I'll be covering each major development as it unfolds. If you need help leading your company, organization, or skills into the AI age, be sure to check out my AI consulting firm, First Movers, at firstmovers.ai. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you down the next rabbit hole.